There is a strange, almost mystical pattern in this universe that the finest souls suffer the most. The sensitive, compassionate, intelligent ones, the ones who want to love, to understand, to evolve, are the ones life throws into the deepest pits of pain. And in this, there is a cosmic law, a secret that the ancient sages realized and the planets silently revealed. Suffering is not a punishment, suffering is the origin of consciousness. A human being becomes conscious only when something hurts him so deeply that his old identity begins to crack and his illusions begin to die. Until then, he lives like one more animal, running behind desire, pleasures, ambitions, validations, completely unconscious, mechanical, asleep. Let me share my own story. I was not born into comfort nor nurtured into stability. Life initiated me into suffering very early. At the age of 4, my mother left. A wound too early to articulate, but deep enough to leave a lifelong scar. By 14, I lost my father, the only pillar I had. And that very night, life pushed me out into the world, homeless, abandoned, fragile, and alone. While other boys were preparing for board exams and arguing with parents over pocket money, I was walking the streets with no home, no shelter, no food, but a fire, an inexplicable awareness that something indescribable was unfolding. It was terrifying, it was devastating, and yet it was transforming me. Because when life takes away everything, it leaves behind only awareness. Now let us understand the astrological angle on why good souls suffer. In Vedic astrology, suffering is not accidental. It is programmed into the chart, designed beautifully, intelligently, compassionately for the sake of inner evolution. The planets responsible for suffering are not villains, they are initiators of consciousness. Saturn aspects or conjunctions break your ego, slow your progress, and delay your fulfillment so you may mature. Ketu conjunctions placements cut you away from attachments, take away emotional security, and force spiritual detachment. Rahu afflictions hypnotize you into chasing illusions, obsessions, cravings, only to wake you up through consequences. Mars plus Saturn conflicts burn your arrogance in the fire of struggle until you surrender. Moon afflicted by Saturn, Ketu, or Rahu creates emotional emptiness, loneliness, and silent spiritual ripening. And yet, beneath this cosmic drama, there is a profound truth. Planets that cause suffering are preparing you for enlightenment. The world thinks Saturn is punishment. The wise see Saturn as purification. The world fears Ketu as loss. The wise understand Ketu as liberation. The world curses Rahu as poison. The wise recognize Rahu as the mirror, reflecting our unconscious desires. After the initial phase of my life, I had a second fall, a second awakening. My story of suffering did not end with childhood. Life is cyclical. Karma repeats until wisdom dawns. In my mid 30s, I had already built a life, career, money, relationships, property, identity, and then, in a way, only Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu can orchestrate. It all collapsed overnight. Everything was taken away. I lost it all. Materially, socially, emotionally. Once again, I found myself homeless, not metamorphically, but literally. I slept on floors, washed my face in public washrooms, and ate when someone fed me. It was humiliating, but it was purifying. Because this time I understood the message. This is not suffering, this is initiation. I was being destroyed so something higher could be born. I was being emptied so devotion could fill my heart. I was being broken so faith could become my foundation. From that moment, the path of devotion, meditation, mantra chanting, surrender was no longer philosophy, it was survival. Now let us understand the inner mechanism of suffering. Desire, fulfillment, suffering. Nisargadatta Maharaj says, suffering is mental. As long as you follow your mind, you will suffer. The mind is a factory of desires, and desires promise happiness. But once the desire is fulfilled, the real suffering begins. Osho Rajneesh says, the moment your desire is fulfilled, your suffering begins. You wanted a job in the biggest multinational, and now you are stressed, exploited, burnt out. You wanted the most beautiful woman, and now you suffer her toxicity, her insecurity. Women chase handsome men and then suffer their narcissism, betrayal. Human beings suffer not because they lack things, but because they desire things. Desire is intoxication. Fulfillment is disillusionment. Disillusionment becomes despair. Let this be very clear. Rich or poor, all suffer. A poor man suffers because he has nothing. A rich man suffers because he has too much. A lonely man suffers because he is alone. A married man suffers because he is not. Life is suffering not because existence is cruel, but because the mind is blind. And now you should understand the purpose of suffering. The thorn goes deep into your heart, not to hurt you, but to awaken you. Suffering is not punishment, it is spiritual alchemy. Until you suffer deeply, you won't see the futility of the world. Until you suffer intensely, you don't begin the journey inward. It is only when you break that you begin to rise. It is only when you lose that you begin to seek. It is only when you cry that you begin to pray. Suffering is not adversity, it is initiation. I am truly thankful to God that I had to go through so many sufferings. Always remember, the worldly man prays, God, please remove my suffering. The wise man prays, God, awaken me through suffering. Because the wise know suffering is a teacher, a purifier, a portal. It is only through suffering that one begins the journey back home. The planets that destroy you destroy who you are not, so that who you are can be born. Saturn, Ketu, Rahu, they do not punish, they purify. They break you, yes, but they break you only to rebuild you. And that is why the wise is not afraid of suffering, because he knows my pain is not accidental, it is medicinal. And now a short wisdom story. A young monk once asked his master, why do good people suffer so much? The master led him to a garden where a magnificent lotus bloomed from dirty, foul-smelling mud. The monk said, how can such beauty come from such filth? The master answered, because only what passes through darkness becomes worthy of light. And he continued, the seed that never felt darkness never learns to grow. The soul that never tasted sorrow never learns to love. The heart that never broke never learns compassion. The monk said, "So pain is necessary," and the master smiled, "Pain is inevitable. But suffering is sacred, for it is only through suffering that a human becomes human." Then he whispered, "The lotus does not curse the mud, it honors it, for without it there would be no flower." How beautiful is this, my fellows? How beautiful. Your suffering was never a sign of weakness. It was a sign that you were chosen to blossom, to rise from the mud of this world and become a lotus of consciousness. Some pains break you, but the greatest pains make you. And if you are suffering now, remember, the lotus is almost ready. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru.